Defying the Tide. Prologue. Exterior Jerusalem Garden, August 2017. Nicole, a young bride, and her groom standing underneath an open bride chuppah with their rabbi and ceremony guests surrounding them.
We praise you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, creator of joy and gladness, friends and lovers, love and kinship, peace and friendship.
Riha Sokolo, a woman amongst the guests in her 70s, watching the couple affectionately.
O God, may there always be heard in the cities of Israel and in the streets of Jerusalem the sounds of joy and happiness, the voice of loving couples, the shouts of young people celebrating, and the songs of children at play. We praise you, Adonai our God, who causes lovers to rejoice together.
Nicole's groom hands a plain golden ring to Nicole.
Behold, you are consecrated to me with this ring, according to the tradition of Moses and Israel.
He places the ring around Nicole's finger as Nicole glows with anticipation. Interior small Berlin synagogue, January 1939. A dark, decrepit space, few people gathered around. Ruth, a young woman in her 20s, is looking at Walter Abraham, her groom, both standing underneath a plain wooden chuppah, as he places the same ring as in the previous scene around her finger.
Behold, you are consecrated to me with this ring, according to the tradition of Moses and Israel.
Ruth takes Walter's hand firmly. A glass is placed on the floor in front of them. Walter hesitates.
Go.
You have to do it, Walter.
Walter carefully steps on it.
That won't crack anything. Take a proper step, Walter.
Walter takes a moment, then smashes the glass forcefully. It cracks with a loud sound.
What if they hear us?
We're almost out of here.
I don't like this at all.
Nobody does.
Are you ready for your ketubah?
We are.
Exterior Jerusalem Garden, August 2017. Nicole's groom smashes the glass in front of their feet. Loud cheering from the crowd.
Mazel tov!
Enjoy, man. Last time you'll ever put your foot down.
Laughter and cheering as the guests let the happy couple take their first steps together. Riha is smiling after them. Interior Ruth's New York residence, 2001. Ruth in her 80s is holding the same ring from previous scenes in her hands as she is handing it to young Nicole.
I pray I will live to see you wear it. It is such a special piece, and you are such a special girl.
Of course I'll wear it. It's so beautiful.
You will be the perfect Kala. I know that. We just need the right man for you. Watch out that she finds a decent one, will you?
Of course I will, Mom.
I love you, both of you.
Riha lowers her eyes, smiling softly. Exterior Jerusalem Garden, August 2017. Nicole and her groom disappear behind a door alone.
That's right. Enjoy your first time together.
Your old mind can only ever head in one direction.
As if there could ever be a different one. All right, let's get this party started, shall we?
Loud cheering and happy chatter among the guests.
I remember this story as it happened to us as if it happened yesterday. Few people have ever heard how this story unfolded itself unto us. Nobody has ever told the story in its full detail. Too much time has passed. Too much pain had been caused. Too much suffering had been endured. Nobody has ever dared to tell this story. Nobody until now.
Interior Fromm stable, 1919. Two gray and white horses struggling hard and whinnying as they are getting whipped by two Polish soldiers. Little Ruth and her father, Meyer Fromm, are forced to the side.
Shut it, will you, you Jewish beast?
We'll teach you how to behave. These people aren't capable of anything beyond breeding.
Please, leave the horses. Please don't take them.
Ruth, you need to stay back. Stay back, you hear me?
Don't take the horses, I beg you. Dad, you must do something. Not the horses, please.
Shut up, Jewess, or you want that whip yourself.
She's quiet, please. Leave her alone.
Filthy beasts.
He hits horses hard, horses whinnying and finally subduing.
Come on now, there you go. You have to give it rough to them. Told you, that's how they like it.
No kidding.
They leave it the horses.
Please don't take the horses. Not the horses.
It's all right, child. Let's go inside.
Not the horses. Not the horses.
Let's go.
Exterior Berlin, Street Fall, 1938, day. Ruth is passing a bench with a swastika drawn on it, along with the words Juden, Juden, Juden. Two Polish men, noticing Ruth, scream after her, Geh zurück nach Palästina. Ruth frightened, but walks on steadily.
Who knows why a few survive and many die? I feel that I was chosen to carry on to tell my story. To survive, I had to fight, to break rules.
Interior Berlin Theater, fall 1938, day. A new German official, Adolf Hitler, goose-stepping and roaring out a speech in a newsreel before the picture. Ruth in the audience looks at the people around her with discomfort.
You never really know how strong the will to survive is. To save your life, almost everything is allowed by Jewish law. The only thing you had to be careful about was not to get people into trouble who had risked their lives to save yours. I broke all laws on my journey to live, but what saved my life was a miracle.
Interior Fromm's new residence, Allenstein, 1934, day.
I'm very sorry, but you know I cannot work for you.
You have been with us ever since we got here.
I'm sorry. The new laws won't allow it. You know better. Meyer, and I'm saying this from the bottom of my heart, you cannot stay in this country. You have to leave Germany. This is not a choice anymore.
We will never leave Germany. We have been here all our lives.
Well, things change. Goodbye, my dear. May God be with you all.
Is it true what they're saying? Maybe we need to start thinking about leaving. You know what it's starting to be like out there.
We will never leave. Where should we go?
America. It's so easy for us. We should have left before we came here. Everyone said we should. Look at our neighbors in Lobau. Do you remember the shoes they got from their cousin in the USA? We could have that. Or Palestine. I miss Betty so much.
Don't be so naive, Ruth. America is a foreign country. What would we do there? Where would we stay? How would we make a living? And Palestine? With all the Arabs, Betty doesn't know what she's doing. You can't just arrive somewhere like that. It doesn't work that way.
Well, it's not working over here either. Mrs. Koschel let me go. She says the new laws about Jews and Gentiles don't let her employ me anymore.
What? Oh, no. I'm so sorry, dear. I know how much you love that work. But we will find you something else.
Oh, nonsense. And what about your flu? Our doctor, who has known us all this time, wouldn't even see you.
Ruth, please. Enough now.
Enough why? Because I'm saying the truth?
It's not about that.
Really? Then what is it about, according to you?
Ruth?
Oh, leave me alone.
She runs out. As she steps outside the building, she looks at its ground floor store, Singer Sewing Machine Company. She approaches the open door.
Ruth, please leave. You know I can't talk to you.
She shuts the doors in Ruth's face. Ruth continues walking, arrives at synagogue. Few Jews coming out of it.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you doing? I haven't seen your family in so long.
Old man turns away from her.
It's me, Ruth Fromm. You don't recognize me?
We can't talk. Please, go home, Ruth.
But why? How are your kids?
Go home, I said. We can't be seen out here like this.
A group of Hitler Youth members pass, singing the German national anthem, dressed in brown uniforms and kerchiefs. They slow down upon seeing the Jewish group.
Go, Ruth. Go, I beg you.
He turns away. Ruth looks at the boys, recognizing one of them. She smiles at him. He stares at her coldly, then turns to leave with the other members. Ruth looks after them in her surroundings. Few soldiers pass by, goose-stepping past synagogue and Ruth. Interior Fromm's new residence, few weeks later, evening.
Ruth, can you come here, please?
What's the matter?
There's something we need to talk about.
What is it?
You are turning into a beautiful young woman, my girl. I want you to have a good life.
I want that for you, too. Both of you.
And we are not sure how we can continue providing that to you. You can't work here anymore, and after we lost our Lobuk house to Gestapo, we don't have any more money for you. We may even lose our rentals here.
What? They wouldn't do that. Mrs. Koschel wouldn't.
She can, and she will. I have no doubt about that.
We thought about leaving, getting a visa somewhere.
Yes, we did.
We were trying to find a new place to live, but you remember what happened to Herr Szymborski, our shoemaker?
The one who left for Palestine?
Yes, he was advised against buying property here.
Exactly.
We want you to go to Berlin. Your three sisters are there. They're married. It's a great, big town with lots of Jews. Nobody interferes with us there. You'll enjoy it, I have no doubt. And you want to travel, no?
What about you? I can't leave you behind.
We can't go. Everything we have is here. It'll be easy for you to build a new life, but for us, it's impossible.
I can't go without you.
You have to. Please don't argue with me. You'll come back and visit, and maybe we'll visit you too. And you have your sisters, and who knows, maybe you'll meet someone special. No, you will meet someone special.
It's not a choice, Ruth. You have to go. That's what's best for all of us.
I understand.
You remember your sister's Anna's weddings in Berlin, don't you? You were what, 9 at the time? You loved it so much.
Yes, I did.
Exterior temple in Berlin around some time before, day. Anna and her husband Julius Aron stepping outside as newlyweds.